So, it says here that you're having trouble reading.
Yes.
Well, tell you what we can do. It's a new procedure, replacing your laser with a new one. Is this something that you'd be alright with?
That sounds great.
Hello and welcome back to the VideoGame OR, the series where we pull back the curtain to show the process in repairing and restoring all things gaming. In this episode we'll demonstrate how to replace a laser in an Xbox 360. As with most disc-based consoles, the first thing to go are the lasers. However, this process is fairly easy and should take around 15 minutes. Hell, my grandmother could probably do it. Anyway, without any further ado, let's begin the procedure. When purchasing a new laser, be sure to check the serial number underneath the one currently installed to make sure that the one that you order is compatible with your current assembly. First off, you'll need to remove the plastic casing from your 360 so that we can remove the disk drive. When removing the drive from the system, be mindful of the two cables connecting the drive to the motherboard, as these will have to be disconnected before pulling the drive out so that we don't risk damaging the system. Once the disk drive is out, flip it over like my pet goldfish and remove the 4 Phillips head screws located by each of the legs. Then separate the top and the bottom halves of the disk drive shell to access the laser assembly. Next, flip the assembly over and push in this little peg. This will disengage the lock for the disk tray, allowing you to slide it out freely. With the drive out, we can now remove the 3 screws holding the metal guide rails in place. Remove the screw towards the front right of the drive in addition to the 2 screws located on the back left and right. Also, remove the screw holding the clamp down to the laser. Once the screws are out, carefully pop the guide rails out of their holders, then slide the laser off. Oh, and don't forget to disconnect the ribbon cable. With the old laser out, it's time to shift our focus to the fresh one, so pop that box open like it's a Christmas present as we prep this one for insertion into the console. You'll need to heat up the ye old soldering iron for this one, as we're going to have to remove an anti-static solder ball bridging 2 points on the laser's PCB. Once the solder has been removed, the laser should be ready to install into the drive. To install the new laser, be sure to have the ribbon cable socket facing towards the back of the assembly. Then just slide the laser onto the 2 guide rails and secure them in place with the 3 screws. Once the screws are back in, connect the ribbon cable and reconnect the laser to the worm screw. You'll notice on the back of the laser that there are 2 potentiometers. The one on the left are for the DVDs and the one on the right are for CDs. Before closing the disk drive, we're going to need to tune the DVD's potentiometer. Using a multimeter set to 20k ohms, check to see what the current resistance is by probing the top and bottom left solder points. This laser is at 3.17k ohms, the operational resistance is between 5k and 3k ohms. Seeing as this one is at the lowest it can possibly go without burning the laser out, we'll turn it up to improve its longevity. Somewhere around 4k ohms should work nicely. With the new laser in place, it's time to put the drive back together. Push the disk tray in and place the top and bottom halves of the shell back together, then secure them in place with the 4 Phillips head screws. Then reconnect it to the power and data lines on the motherboard and reposition it in the system.
And with that, you should have a fully functioning Xbox 360 disk drive. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to like the video and subscribe so that you don't miss anything new from the VideoGame OR. And leave a comment on what you'd like to see from the OR for a chance for it to be featured in the next episode. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one.